Morning, students, and welcome to the first week of internship. And we will be trying to build one voting application using Django framework. So I'll tell you that while building this application, the primary agenda of us is to make students understand the foundation and the main thing about the project structure. And everyone we need students to build the complete application from scratch. So that will be our main thing. And for completing this application, we'll be needing 4 weeks of time. So we will be completing each milestone in every week. So for example, under the week one, we'll try to understand the project structure from the scratch. So first we will be trying to build one project. So under this project, we will be trying to add applications and we will be completely building up the project hierarchy. Okay, so that will be our agenda for the week number one. In the second week, we will be working on the front end thing. So if I say front end, we will be working on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So we will be building the UI part for the voting application in our second week. And when it comes to the third week, we will be working on building the models, or else I could also say that we will be working on the databases. So we'll try to create models and we will try to connect them and alter the data and make changes to the data from the admin panel. So mostly by the third week, we should be able to complete our backend. That means your database part. And on the fourth week, we will be working on the core functionality, how to implement the complete web application with the combination of front end and the back end. So that will be the primary thing for our fourth week. Okay. So it will be a step by step procedure for completing our application. Okay. So let us see and let us dive into our first week. Okay. So under this first week, I'll say open your VS Code and after opening your VS Code, just click on file and click on open folder and just import the first week project, right? So I have saved this project onto my desktop. So I'll go to it and I will import my week one project. Okay. So I am selecting the folder and click on select folder, right? So I've successfully imported my first week into my VS Code. Okay. So here the primary thing is on the week one I already mentioned to understand the proper project structure, like the hierarchy of our project. So I would like to explain you in a very simple terms. Okay. So when you are creating a Django project, right? So what happens in a Django project is each Django project will have a multiple modules, right? Each Django project will have multiple modules. Each Django project will have multiple modules. So here you can see there are multiple project folders in our project, right? So one I'm saying polling project, second one I'm saying polling website, and the third one I'm saying polls. So let us try to understand this properly. So if to understand is better, so there will be one Django project and there will be multiple modules in each project. So you might be asking, sir, why this multiple modules? So you can take an example. So you can take an example of Flipkart. Okay, so Flipkart is a website, e-commerce website, right? So for example, if you are building one Django, if you are developing the Flipkart website using Django project. So the project name of mine will be Flipkart Django project, right? So this will be my project name. So now under this project, there will be multiple applications, or else we can simply say it as apps or modules. So now let us try to understand what are these apps and modules. So under this Flipkart, we will have multiple modules, right? For example, I'll say user creation. So the complete development will be done under one module, user creation. For example, sign up and sign in. So this is one module. And second module is product catalog. So this is one module. So similarly, I will say orders. This is one module. So another module, I'll say payments. This is one module. So sixth one, or else another module, I will say tracking module. Similarly, I will say one other module for sellers, right? So each project will have multiple applications or modules. So in the same manner, in our project also, what we are trying to do is we are trying to build one Django project, right? So I'm saying it as polling project, project. This is my project name. So now coming under this modules, I have two modules in my project. One is polling website. So why I'm utilizing this polling website is to put website information, right? So in this I'm putting in this module, I'm creating the complete website information. And second one is polls. This is another module. So in this module, I'm trying to keep all the core functionality. Okay, core functionality where the real polling will happen. So I want to segregate them. First one is I want to maintain a website for my project, and the core functionalities I'm creating it separately. Why? Because the core functionalities should not be disturbed, whereas my website will be changing on the day-to-day basis or weekly basis, but whereas the core functionalities cannot be changed that instantly, right? So there should be some uh, uh, partition between these two. So this website should never disturb the core functionalities. So that is the reason I'm creating two modules. One is polling website where I'm putting my website, and the second one polls which I will be using the core functionalities. Okay. So in the first week, what we try to do is we'll try to understand the project structure, or else I will say hierarchy, the complete project hierarchy, the root foundation we have to build. So let us try to execute and see how it works. So I'll open a terminal. So I will say go to click on this and go to terminal, and this is a shortcut key for it, and open the terminal, right? So now, as you know how to run your Django application, so the command is python manage.py space run server. Sorry, run server. Right. So this is my command. So let us execute it. So it says no such file or directory. So maybe I'm executing the command at the wrong place. So let us cross check. So it is week number one, and week number one, yes. Okay. So under the week number one, there is another folder called polling project. So under this project, it is manage.py. Okay. So now let us say I'll use cd to change the directory, and I will say polling project. So I'll get into this folder, right? So now I can see I'm inside the folder. So let us run the command now. I'll just use up arrow button so that I can use my previous command. And here is the small mistake. I'll say dot python manage.py run server. So let us see now. Execute. Yes, no errors now. So when you hover onto this URL, so here you can see start developing server. Just hover onto this URL. You can see follow link. So click on this, So it will take you to the web browser where your project will be executed, right? So under this, you can see there are three URLs. One is admin URL, one is polling website, and one is polls. As I already mentioned, I have built two modules. One is polling website module and one is polls module. See here, polling website module and polls module. So the thing is, in the first week, we are trying to build the project structure, right? So let us see if the project structure is working fine or not. So I'll say polling website, right? Now I'll say enter. So now you can see I got redirected into this page where it says, Babu, this is the polling website. So it is redirecting me to the particular place, right? So now I will say I want to use what was the second module which I was working on? Polls, right? So let us check polls. Okay, so polls. See here. Now I'm getting redirected into this polls page. So hello there, this is the polls page. So now my configuration is working properly. So the primary agenda what which I would like to do was to create a proper project structure. So under my project structure, I wanted to create two modules. Under first module, I want to keep one website information, right? So that is working well. So you see here, polling website. So this is doing that job. Similarly, I wanted to create one more module for polls to keep all my core functionality. So I'll open this polls. Now you can see this is doing the job correctly, right? So in this video, I will we will try to build the complete thing from scratch. So just I wanted to show you this output. So let us start building this from scratch.